My name's Stuart Blanchard. I'm a money advisor with Anglia Care Trust. Well, I've been here 4 years now and I've never had 2 days the same. I have quite a considerable variety in my job role and I never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. So I may get phone calls from very vulnerable service users. They can vary from they have issues with bailiffs knocking at the door, or they have benefit issues, benefit sanctions. We deal a lot with debts and people that have become overwhelmed with debt, often in some cases. What we do a variety of different work. We do a lot of outreach work. We do work with victims of domestic abuse and domestic violence. We will see people at children's centres and places of safety for them where they feel confident to come and see us. And we will support them in their own home if need be, but that's not very often. But obviously people who are particularly vulnerable, if they suffer from mental health issues, agoraphobia, things like that, we will see people in their own homes if need be. Well, they become overwhelmed with debt, which is a phrase we hear quite often, and they get into a downward spiral and they get so many debts if they're not careful. They don't end up dealing with anything, so nothing gets done, and it affects their mental health considerably. People get referred in several different ways. People can self-refer. Anyone can refer into our service at any time. We deal a lot with victims of domestic abuse and domestic violence. So we get referrals from our internal DAOS service, which is the Domestic Abuse Outreach Service, which we run for Suffolk. We also get referrals from the Lighthouse Women's Aid and the Waverley and District Domestic Abuse Forum as well. We work with other agencies, which includes the Lighthouse Women's Aid, Ormiston Families. We work with Suffolk Children and Young People Service for Suffolk County Council, and what used to be SNAP is now the Home Group. We work with them as well. One particular lady, as an example, she came into a children's centre to see me, and she was basically overwhelmed with debt, as I mentioned earlier, and she had a huge pile of papers with her. There was an inch thick of papers, and she didn't know what to do with any of them, and she was getting quite upset, and she said, I don't know what to do with any. And as she was flicking through the papers, I said to her, I need to see that one there, and pointed to a particular paper that she'd got. When we took the paper out, it said in big letters on it, notice of committal, and it was a notice of committal that she had to attend the magistrate's court because she hadn't paid her council tax for some considerable time. Was able to phone up the creditor, which was the local authority, and when I spoke to the recovery department, they said, oh yes, this is on my desk, we're about to take action on it. And we were able to set up a payment plan with her there and then so that she was able to repay the debt on an affordable basis. If she hadn't done that, she could have been arrested at any time. And this lady was a single mother, 3 children, and basically she would have been taken to the magistrate's court where she could possibly have been imprisoned. It's unlikely, but that is the ultimate penalty for non-payment of council tax. So my job is extremely rewarding for things like that. I find money advice fits in well with Anglia Care Trust other services because we work closely with the other services, housing, DAOS, all of the services that we offer. And the support workers will come and ask us questions about things. They'll just approach us by the phone or just pop into the office, and they'll speak to us about things that they can't necessarily deal with or they don't have the knowledge to deal with. We'll help them with that so that they can then help their service users.